Everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you here today with an article from Red State dated June 19th. And I've done a video or two, maybe more, I don't even remember at this point, on this subject, but it's worth repeating again. It says, risk of terror attack in the United States shockingly high. Guess why? I don't know. What could possibly be the reason why? Let's find out. It says, it's always been a dangerous world, but when government policies endanger American citizens through either blindness, ignorance, or downright deliberate action, it's liable to set the risk much higher. That's what's been happening in the United States since, January of 2021. Oh, what happened in January of 2021? Anybody want to guess? Because the country is vulnerable to a terror attack, and sooner or later it's liable to happen. As counter-terror experts are sounding the warning, but it seems not many people in Washington are listening. It says, we are in a period where a number of factors are combining to make a terrorist attack on the homeland far more likely than it perhaps had been, says Paul Morrow, a retired NYPD inspector who worked in counterterrorism for nearly 15 years. Morrow said the risk of a potential new attack should be assessed in a criminal context, who has the means, motive, and opportunity to successfully execute a deadly plot. The world has gotten a lot smaller since 9/11. You've got drones, the interconnectivity of the internet is more ubiquitous into areas that maybe didn't have that connectivity. You can get an uplink using something like an Elon Musk satellite, so we must be talking about Starlink. Because you can get online from the mountains of the Hindu Kush. You've got AI capabilities. You've had all that time to develop capabilities since 9/11 if you are still in the terror business. Those things are worrisome, but it gets much, much worse. We've already seen one indication of the worst kind of threat. This flying airplanes into buildings is horrible. An October 7th style attack is horrible, but a biological attack, that would be catastrophic. And now this I haven't seen yet. I haven't actually read this article before making this video. So, okay, now I'm kind of like, what's going on? This is one of the weapons of mass destruction triad, nuclear, biological, chemical. Biologicals are arguably the worst. Biological agents can be spread without detection on a subway, on a bus, in a convention center, or anywhere where there are large numbers of people in an enclosed space. When a nuke goes off, it's mostly over. There's lingering radiation, but the primary damage is done. Most chemical agents degrade over time, some within minutes, others within days or weeks, but biologicals reproduce. They spread from victim to victim, and if some lab, say a lab in the United States inexplicably run by a foreign actor, were to come up with a biological agent with a long onset and high lethality, it could kill millions. Yeah, I'm afraid, now that I read that, wasn't there a story pretty recently? I don't know if it's like in the last few months or something, about a lab in California set up by the Chinese or something like that. I mean, that sounds familiar, but I could be wrong. But go check it out if you want to. It says, and the perpetrators of any of these kind of attacks may already be here. And yeah, that's because of a certain president's open border policy that just is like, hey, everybody come here. So guess who's peeking into our country? Because this is a drum I've been beating for some time now, but I'm going to keep doing it. Our borders are as good as non-existent. Millions have crossed into the country illegally, unscreened, unvetted, and if caught, they are released into the country with a wink and a nod. We don't know who most of them are, where they intend to go, or what they intend to do when they get there. It's not just a matter of crime, it's a matter of national security. It's a matter of safeguarding the liberty and property of Americans, and the Biden administration is failing, like they do with basically everything. Says we have seen people from all over the world pouring into the country. People not only from Latin America, but from China and other places in Asia, from the Middle East, from Africa, from all over, all unvetted, all unscreened, many from countries that have poor records on their citizens in any case, and many of whom wouldn't cooperate with an American request for information on a suspicious character from their country. And yeah, the one that scares me are the people from China that we're seeing, like basically they're all like middle-aged, like, not, I shouldn't say middle-aged, what's the word I'm looking for? Like younger, I guess, if you will. Fighting age is what I'm thinking of. Males, stuff like that. So it's like, why are we only encountering those types of folks? Seems a little shady, I would say. It says, and it's all due to the malfeasance on the part of the Biden administration. When another attack comes, and it will, the blood will be on the Biden administration's hands. Yeah, and there was that famous tweet from Joe Biden to Donald Trump before the 2020 election that said, like, if there's something to the effect of, like, if there's any, all violence that has happened is on Donald Trump's hands, I think from like January 6th. So it's like, well, Joe Biden, how about all the illegals that are already killing your citizens that you were sworn to protect? I guess that blood's on your hands. And if this happens, this is going to be your fault. But God forbid it actually happen. I certainly hope it doesn't. But it is worth mentioning again and bringing this up every so often that yeah, this is going to be a consequence of having a wide open border, and his administration, the Biden administration, just does not care. Anyway, what do you think about this? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.